Hey everyone, I'm Leona Nicole Black, and this is your extended reading following on from Friday the 28th of September. Daily reading. You need to have watched that reading in order to understand this one. So make sure you go back and hear that message. So I'm picking up from the previous reading, and we get to the devil energy coupled with the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is the spiritual mechanism, the practices that we need to become liberated from the energy of the devil here. The message of the Two of Cups is actually the liberation of the heart. What the devil has done is frozen us in fear. For the masculine, it's the fear of repeating the cycle of Five of Swords, feeling like every choice the masculine makes results in the same outcome. For the feminine, it's the fear that what exists now will always be the same, as in not being able to create the growth that the feminine needs. Fearing it's like it's being out of control of the circumstances. That's it. Being a slave to circumstances is the feminine's fear. It's the fear that, how do I get from this where I'm at to the next thing? How do I go from, Seven of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles? How do I grow? I feel like what I'm doing is repeating. That I've grown spiritually, but I'm still seeing the same physical situations. What we need is the heart, Leo energy. We need to free our hearts. We need to become liberated in the heart, because the heart is what diminishes the devil energy, will free us from our personal bondage and then allow us to come back. But a lot of us are wounded beyond recognition in the heart space. Not just from the interactions that we've had with, counterparts, significant others, soulmates, but also from our own interaction of both feminine and masculine energy, the way that we've either diminished our feminine energy, our spirituality, or we've used our spirituality to isolate and deny the validity of our masculine energy. The heart is wounded over that war, but it's also more than even that. It's also the wounds that we've experienced from our hearts, in our hearts, from the moment we came crying out of a vagina, to be honest. And all the woundedness that I talked about, because the devil card here is not just our individual situations, but it's the social structures that are intended to wound and diminish us beyond repair. So love is the answer, of course. Let's get practical about what that means. I really love the fact that when I pulled clarifiers on the Two of Cups and asked Spirit, well, what is it that I need to understand and articulate from this? We got the Seven of Wands in the middle, Valor. We got the Empress and the Emperor, the couple in their divine power, not the couple that has been. I want to show you as well that this is actually the same couple here. And this is their freedom, right? And their freedom to engage one another, but it comes through the higher energies of expressing the Empress and the Emperor spiritually, mastering that energy that allows you then therefore to access that in your personal life, to come into partnership with the soulmate, a soulmate. What stands in the middle, what negotiates the energy between the Emperor and the Empress here, Venus and Mars. Or Oshun and Shango. This is Valor. Mars, so we got Mars again. Mars in Leo. I believe I'm going to talk about this in my Venus retrograde webinar, but there is also a Mars aspect to this Venus retrograde. So that's another confirmation of this message. Now, Mars in Leo. This is the will to fight for what is in our heart. This is the drive, the ambition, the relentlessness about what is in the heart. This is not giving up. That's valor, that's strength, that's courage. We've got to find our heart's truth, accepting our heart's truth. But we've also got to find the healing. Because if we don't find the healing for our hearts, then we continue to fight from a lower energy of woundedness. We can have strength, like we can fight for what we want, but we fight with the energy of fear. As in, we fear, and this is what's been permeating the rest of the reading for the other days of the week. We're fighting from a fear that our heart's needs won't get met. So we're clinging, holding to this soulmate, holding to this person. Like, I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this person, I want this situation. And we're fighting for it, but from a fear energy, from the energy of actually being trapped by the devil. So we actually have to find not just the fight, but the healing energy of the heart. So let me show you the other cards here. But I just think it's so awesome that the couple on the spiritual level showed up. And they also showed up on opposite sides, right? So for the rest of the reading, in the daily, the feminine was on the left and the masculine was on the right. It's actually switched here. So that also speaks to the need to master both of those things, right? So the feminine needs to master her emperor energy, her ability to have autonomy and control over her physical experience, and the masculine needs to master his feminine energy, which is ability to connect to his feelings, or there really, because it's not just men, there are feelings, our intuition, our perceptiveness, and to live and take action on the world based on the heart. And not just the feelings of others, but our own feelings, of the Queen of Swords in reverse. So that's a completion of that message. But to bring clarity to what this valor looks like and what that message is of these cards here, and like I said, all week we've been having pentacles and cups. Wands have come into the mix today. So we got the Queen of Wands here. Which is also, I mean, this is the Seven of Wands, so this speaks to the valor energy and how the healing that needs to happen for our heart. Now, and maybe Paul clarifies on this because this is more the outcome rather than the process. This Queen of Wands, so okay, I get it. The Queen of Wands comes back to the original message of the week, which is our self-worth, our value, and our self-image. You don't see yourself clearly. That's what it is. Yes, you have been trapped. Yes, you were trapped. Yes, the devil has been involved. This is all true. But you've actually gone on a long journey, a long vision quest towards your freedom, and you've gained a lot on that journey. You've healed a lot. You've taken back a significant amount of your personal power. The very fact that you can receive these messages says you've gone on that journey. However, you still view yourself as trapped. You still think of yourself as trapped. And because of that, you are creating that entrapment energy. You're creating situations and scenarios that reflect it purely because it's all a reflection of you. You were trapped. You're not trapped anymore, but you're still living out the emotions and external experiences of that entrapment. And that's why all week Spirit's been saying, the death card, release it, let it go, let it go, let the cycle end, let the cycle end, release that person, because you are giving life. Giving life. This is particularly for the feminine energy. You are nourishing, nurturing, and giving life to a situation that recreates. It's like a rerun, a literal TV show rerun of your entrapment, and you're free. Like you're watching on the TV show whilst free. Okay, you're free. And the Queen of Wands here is about recognizing that path, that journey to freedom. So your judgment of yourself is inaccurate. And because you judge yourself as still trapped, still bonded, still maybe feeling like, oh, why am I still in love with this person, still making choices, still planning for them, you know, unable to make certain things happen. Where's my money in a certain situation? Because you're thinking about all of that, you're unable to see what you've gained on this journey, what you've healed from, the personal power that you've come into. And you're not supposed to forget what you've been through. That's the concept of this particular card. But it's supposed to give you the role of the teacher, to be honest. It's supposed to ingrain such deep lessons for you that you go out and show other people their path to freedom. So the healing that your heart needs right now continues to be truth. And the truth that you have to fight from is that you're already free. You're not in bondage. You're not stuck anymore. But you have to be able to see the open gate in order for you to recognize your current freedom and recognize diminished power of the devil card. Now, this diminishment has particularly come for a lot of you through cleaning up your sexual practice. This is through vows of abstinence, celibacy, just cleaning up, you know, even if you're not abstinent, you're celibate, but being much more mindful about who you share your sacred sexual energy with. This has also been really significant, I feel here, in freeing you. So this is also about assessing and understanding where your freedom has come from. And from that position of freedom, from that acknowledgement of your growth, from that vision of what you've done for yourself, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Wealth card here, and we already saw that card, but this time it's upright. So this was before how you weren't able to master your physical experience. You weren't able to master the circumstances of your life. The Ten of Pentacles here says if you can recognize your growth, your strength, your personal freedom, then you can. That's where it comes from. Your self-image, you view yourself too small right now. When you have corrected that vision, then you can gain self-mastery through Six of Pentacles, which is therefore taking strategic action. This is the Success card. Taking strategic decision-making to change your physical circumstances based on your spiritual understanding of who you are as an empowered individual. Six of Pentacles is also healing the imbalance in giving and receiving, the imbalance of where you've put your energy and where you've not got back from. Now, truth be told, I've so far really been speaking to the feminine energy. So let me take a sip of water and see if there's anything different that Spirit wants to say to the masculine, including the masculine within us. I'm joking. Because I was like, yes, the message for the masculine is similar but different, as in the masculines fear that he or she, they will continue to perpetuate the cycle of grief and breakdown and things going wrong and discord and having to leave things behind and having to leave situations is the same, as in you fear that, but it's no longer the reality. In fact, leaving those situations, having to sever those situations, breaking things apart, saying no, even leaving situations in which you fucked up, like you caused someone pain or you misled someone or you were at fault in some way, you have gained a gain, so you're also free. You've actually gained by blowing these situations up, because you didn't do it in the best possible way, okay? And maybe you did it too late, or not necessarily too late, but you left it so that by the time it was time to do it, it was damaging, as in there was no smooth way to do it. You had to blow the situation up to become three. But even if you exploded the situation, you still broke the chains. And now with your chains free, you're afraid of going back. You're afraid of engaging. You're afraid of even starting any new cycles and getting the same results. But Spirit says you're not the same. You have healed. You have grown. You have to change your self-image to really, and it really reflects society and the bombardment we get from the media. Part of what's keeping us trapped right now is a false image of self, which is being sold to us and projected to us from the devil. And the devil is literally running on the projector screen this image, and we're like, yes, I know, I'm so stuck. I don't have any money. I don't have enough friends. I don't have enough love. I don't have enough opportunities. It's true. Yep, I see it. You know, and it's like, it's not real. It's a projection. Like I said, you're sitting free watching it on the screen. And so both the feminine and the masculine have to change their self-image right now. If the masculine can do that, then he or she, they can have faith and confidence in their concept of wealth and community. So rather than constantly creating this outcome, this Five of Swords where everything fails, their better sense of self-worth and value, their concept of themselves as in their power, having grown and learned lessons and gained wisdom from these experiences, allows them to see what it takes to build this, which is what the masculine actually wants. The same is the Six of Pentacles is the same for the masculine. It means therefore taking strategic action once this vision is clear. It also means healing the imbalance in giving and receiving. And to be honest, it's not just the masculine only taken. The masculine has also been giving to feminine energies that are in bondage and have been seeking to find their liberation from the masculine, right? Like looking and saying, well, I'm in chains, I don't have enough, like I'm stuck, I don't have enough love, I don't have enough money, can you help me pay my rent? Can you do this? Can you keep the kids? Can you make me feel better about myself? Can you make me feel beautiful? Can you support my dreams and my goals? And the masculine's been like, okay, like giving and not recognizing themselves and feeling impoverished because of that. And I'm going to come to those cards in a second. So really, it's like that's the beginning. This is the beginning of that energy, but the culmination and the end of it is actually the Knight of Cups. This is the King of Cups in this deck, and this is getting to the place in which love is able to be given. This. Both people have a chalice, a cup to give from. Both people are rich in spiritual and emotional energy and willing to meet. The King of Cups is like, it's similar to the energy of the Knight of Cups and the Rider-Waite here, in that it is giving of its love, Cancer energy here, giving of its cup, offering, coming forward, stepping forward in love and purity. That is the way to bring this, and this ultimately vanquishes the devil energy. Now I just want to show the masculine energy within us and outside of us, is like those who are mainly masculine. So these are your cards specifically that Spirit wanted me to share with you. And it's the Ten of Cups here, which is that you keep putting away your emotional satisfaction. You keep putting it aside, working in situations that don't support you, working for the stability of other people at your own expense. You know, this is constantly putting aside your satisfaction. This is knowing you want this thing, but continuing to agree to do this thing. Knight of Wands here. This is you having established dreams and visions. The Knight of Wands is almost the lower octave of the Emperor. Or this is at least a spiritual energy that's taken action on here. But you're not doing this right now because you're deferring your dreams, your passions, your desires, what you want to do with your soul, your creativity, your spirit. You're putting it aside. You're not doing it because you think you owe somebody something. You think you owe someone else your life force, your energy. Listen, there's one life to live in this current context. Your life force, your energy, your experience, and you've not come here to sell that off to anybody, no matter how much you love them or don't love them, because a lot of you are doing this for people you don't even love, purely out of a concept of what you think you need to be doing as a masculine embodied or energy person. The universe here says it's time to close that cycle out, the last card of the major arcanas, and enter a new world, begin something new. So the masculine's energy is the fear that it will continue. You continue to make messy situations. But Spirit is saying that's not the case. But you have to take action on your true desires and your true passions right now. And that is how you heal. That's what the feminine energy is calling to, the Empress here. Listening to the cues of the heart and the spirit and taking action on that. That's how you heal. So that's the end of the extended. I pray it's been a blessing. Share it with anyone you think really needs to hear it. And even as I end this message, Spirit, I just pray and ask that these truths go as far and as wide and directly to the individuals that really need to hear this message. I pray for illumination over this reading. I pray for spiritual protection over this reading. And I pray that for whatever has been unclear, lacking in comprehension, whatever people are still unsure about after hearing it, that you will bring clarity and confirmation in their personal lives. Ashe. Thank you for watching.